we could totally be making up any therapeutic value.
Yeah.
But then we go back to intent of use, even if it is placebo, which, Shane, I love the fact that you're a skeptic because I totally relate to that, man. And I think being a skeptic allows you to continually ask questions, which continually allows yourself to gain knowledge and also understand things better, which, you know, I like to think that's how I am with stuff, whether consciously or subconsciously. But I think that goes back to intent of use, because I'm a huge skeptic, and going into the, you know, ayahuasca ceremony 2, 3, and 4, you know, I was like, this is bullshit. I'm not gonna talk to some spirit monkey in the fucking jungle. But kind of having gone there, man, you really nailed it on the head. You know, I almost interjected a couple times and was like, dude, get out of my head. Because, like, that's literally, like, describes my experience in a nutshell.
Hour ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had a lot of those universal consciousness kind of experiences. Like, doing it in a group seems like it has an influence too. Even with mushrooms. That's why I went down to this Jamaica retreat to check it out rather skeptically and see what it was all about. And then I had the craziest mushroom trips of my life, because turns out when you get like 15, 20 people doing like really high doses of mushrooms in close proximity of one another, like there is some sort of like odd shared experience thing happening, whether it's just in our heads or we're picking up on micro expressions or little noises or whatever that are sensitive, or just more sensitive to things than normal. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I go back and forth with this stuff a lot. And now that it's been a while since I've done a psychedelic, I'm definitely much more toward the scientific side of things and looking at, like, you know, I think that ultimately at the end of the day, this is a lot of the takeaways from this stuff is the same sort of thing that, like, you know, your friends or relatives or whatever could tell you. It's just like you getting a little more of an objective point of view of yourself. And I think that there is a difference kind of in there's a communication barrier between your consciousness and your subconscious world, and in those psychedelic experiences, it kind of opens up the levels of communication a little bit. Because at the end of the day, like, it usually is, and this is why psychedelic users sound like such fucking idiots to most people who have never done a psychedelic, is because, like, your takeaway message is all a bunch of shit that's already, like, embroidered on your mom's decorative pillow. And like, home is where the heart is. What?
But you know what's really funny about that though is, you know, I find myself learning this time and time again. Is, you know, there might be a lesson your parents tell you, you know, about hard times or this, that, the other. It doesn't matter what the lesson is, but until you actually walk that path, you're like, oh shit, I actually didn't get it, but now I get it.
But that's what leads me to think that it is the subconscious world, because it's like this, you know, roommate situation where your subconscious is sitting there looking through your eyes, and you're just watching you, like, fuck up day after day in your brain, just like screaming
staring at you while you sleep.
They're trying to gently nudge you through these, like, different emotional sensations and everything that you're having this impossible time interpreting. And they're just, like, kind of trying to scream at you to, like, get this. But, you know, navigating this life is some pretty complicated processing that we're doing just to be able to hear and see what we're hearing and seeing right now is some pretty intense computation.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Happening. There's no other species that's able to do anything like what we're doing.
Yeah, and with our complex theory of mind and things like that we can look into people's minds and imagine their feelings and their reactions and predict emotional reactions in our fellow human beings, that's just crazy stuff.
Yeah, so I think that, like, finally, like, our subconscious breaks through to our consciousness and able to, like, come on, this is, I just want you to exercise more, damn it. You're like, oh my God, and even though you've known that you should exercise for a very long time, it's like the underlying logic behind your drives is revealed to you a little more clearly, because until that, a lot of us are like, yeah, but why? Why should I do that? It's like, prove it to me. And
Right.
we're all, kind of figuring out the best course of action in life, and figuring out which hard choices are the ones that are worth putting our energy into, and so on and so forth. And so, I think that's a big part of what the experience is. Now, if I went and smoked DMT right now, I'd be like, guys, I just saw a different dimension, and just forget everything that I've been babbling about for the last 30 minutes. It's got nothing to do with my brain. My brain's not even a thing. There's some other dimension. This is just an illusion.
Right.
We're all trapped in some hologram. The mimes have been trying to warn us this whole time, but they can't talk. And
right.
this is all a metaphor for some other thing.